Buenos dias, soy Jeff con Jefe Tico Tours. We are here again for another episode of Hey Alexa, Learn Spanish. This is going to be episode 4, and Alexa will be here in a minute. Here comes Alexa. Hola, buenos días.
Hola, buenos días.
¿Cómo está hoy?
Bien, bien.
Excelente, muy bien. Y going to do a quick review. So, ¿cómo se llama usted?
Me llamo Alexa.
Excelente, muy bien. ¿Y cómo se llama su esposo?
Él se llama Rob.
Ah, excelente. ¿Y Rob es su esposo o su mamá?
Él es mi esposo.
Qué ridículo, él no es su mamá. Él es su esposo, sí, claro. Muy bien. ¿Y dónde vive usted?
Yo vivo en Atlantic City en un apartamento.
Ah, excelente. ¿Y con quién vive?
Yo vivo con mi esposo Rob.
Ah, excelente, sí, muy bien. ¿Y trabaja usted?
Sí, sí.
Ah, muy bien. ¿Es usted diseñadora o cocinero?
Yo soy diseñadora.
Ah, excelente, muy bien. ¿Cómo se llama la compañía donde trabaja?
Mi compañía. You threw me there. That was a hard one.
I did. I
Say it again.
I
Say the
gave you a
question again.
compound, complex sentence. See,
Oh,
actually, it was just a complex sentence, but muy bien. So, what is the name of the company where you work? And so, mi compañía, you did it right. You did it right. So, mi compañía se llama.
Se llama. Oh, just like a person.
Yes, exactly. Just like a person, because it says it calls itself.
Oh.
Or it is called. You can also translate that as it is called. It calls itself or it is called. I'm going to put you in the middle here. I don't like you being over there on the side.
No.
There you are. Now I can look at you straight ahead.
Yeah, mi
Bueno,
compañía se llama Sonderwell.
Ah, excelente. Muy bien. ¿Y usted es diseñadora o cocinera para Sonderwell?
Diseñadora.
Ah, muy bien. ¿Quién es el cocinero?
El cocinero es Rob.
Ah, excelente. Muy bien. ¿Dónde es cocinero, Rob?
Rob es cocinero en Juniors.
¿Qué cocina en Juniors?
Oh, Juniors cocina donuts.
Ah, excelente. Muy bien. So I added a new word in there that was kind of a variation of an old word. I said cocina. Okay. And cocina means cooks. It also means kitchen.
Yeah.
It can also mean cuisine because cuisine is the French word for kitchen.
I didn't know that.
It's cuisine. So cuisine is cocina. Cocina means cuisine, kitchen, or cooks. Okay, so it can be a verb, a noun, or a noun that means food. Cuisine. Sí, muy bien. So, ¿cocina Rob o cocina usted?
Rob cocina?
Correcto, sí, muy bien. Rob cocina, muy bien. ¿Cocina Rob en la casa?
Rob cocina en la casa.
Ah, muy bien.
Rob
Sí.
es un cocinero bueno.
Ah, excelente, muy bien. ¿Es usted una cocinera buena?
Sí. I don't know. I'm like, I'm talking to German. I'm like, manchmal. I'm like, sometimes, yes.
Sometimes is a veces.
A veces.
A veces, sometimes. Sometimes. A veces. Ah, excelente, muy bien. So, you have a picture of your mamá. So, ahí está su mamá. Muy bien. ¿Cómo se llama ella?
Ella se llama, ella se llama Zoe.
Ajá, correcto. Sí, muy bien. Ella se llama Zoe. Excelente, muy bien. ¿Y dónde vive ella?
Ella vive en Mays Landing.
Ella, entonces, ella vive, very good. Ella vive en Mays Landing. Are you sure you didn't speak Spanish before?
I'm pretty sure. But I've learned a lot of verbs in my day.
Ah, muy bien. You're doing very, very well here. Muy bien. Ella vive en Mays Landing. Correcto. Muy
I
bien.
promise I'm not studying. Don't get suspicious of me.
You can go ahead and study. It's all right. Bueno, entonces, ¿vive ella en una casa o en un apartamento?
Ella vive en una casa.
Ah, muy bien. ¿Vive en una casa grande?
No.
Ah, muy bien. So I use a new word. What do you think it means?
I think it means big.
Sí, correcto. Grande is big. And pequeño is small. Muy bien. So, ¿vive en una casa grande?
No, ella vive en una casa pequeño.
Ah, muy bien. Now, I kind of tricked you a little bit just so that I could make a point.
Oh.
Yeah. Pequeño ends in an O. That
Oh,
means,
pequeña.
yes, very good. So, una casa pequeña, because it's an adjective, it's describing the noun casa, okay? And because it's describing a feminine noun, how do we know that casa is feminine?
Because it ends in A.
It ends in an A, right? And the word for a or an is
Una.
una, right? So if it were masculine, it would be un. So we know it's una, casa, we know it's feminine. So pequeño has to change its ending to be pequeña. So una casa pequeña. She lives in a small house in Mays Landing. Okay, and that's what that means. Sí, excelente, sí, muy bien. ¿Vive usted en una casa?
No.
Ah, ¿dónde vive
En
usted?
un apartamento.
Ah, muy bien. ¿Es un apartamento pequeño o un apartamento grande?
Un apartamento grande. For me.
Apartamento grande. Ah, muy bien. Excelente. Bueno, ¿y vive su mamá en un apartamento grande?
No.
Ah, muy bien. Now, I've been using this word and you've been rolling with it, and so I haven't pointed it out. But I went, su mamá. And that means what?
Your mom.
Your mom. Mhm. Now, I'm of course remember we're using Costa Rican Spanish. That's the formal way to say your mom. If somebody were learning, say, Spanish from Mexico, or Spain, they would probably say tu mamá, which is informal. It's an informal way to say your mom. But in Costa Rica, they use what they call the ustedeo informal, which means the informal use of the word usted, which is a formal word. Okay, so su mamá, and then you've been saying mi mamá,
Mi mamá.
mi mamá, and that means
My
my
mom.
mom. Okay, so muy bien. So casa is house. ¿Qué es apartamento?
Apartment.
Yeah, it's an easy one. Looks like English. Those are called cognates, words that look like English and mean the same thing as English. Like apartamento means apartment, so that's a cognate. Okay, and mama is a near cognate. It looks close to mom and it means the same thing as mom, but it's not exactly spelled the same as mom. Okay, so mi mamá. Excelente. ¿Es diseñadora su mamá?
No, she is retired.
Ah, sí, muy bien. Ella está jubilada.
Jubilada.
There's another word for that also. In some countries, they say pensionada. Okay.
Oh, that's what they
There's a
say.
slight difference between jubilada and pensionada. Pensionada means that you are retired and you receive a pension, usually from the government. And jubilada, although not necessarily from the government, jubilada just means retired. Okay, and it doesn't have any implication of receiving a pension. Okay, but pensionada, its root is pension. And so but it is a very common word to be used for retired person. So that means she is retired. Now, if it were a man, it would be jubilado with an O at the end, or jubilada, or pensionado with an O at the end, because these are adjectives. Okay. And I want to point out está and then es. We talked about Rob es cocinero, right?
Right.
And that meant Rob is a cook.
Right. There's no esto.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how come this one is está and this one's es? They both mean is.
I don't know.
Oh, goodness. Spanish has 2 words for is.
What?
Yes. And so it's very complicated for English speaking people. Matter of fact, it's complicated for people who speak anything other than Spanish, because this difference doesn't exist in other languages. Okay. Or at least none of the languages that I speak, and I speak several. And so this is very difficult for people who are learning Spanish. Es, and I'm going to try to simplify it.
Okay.
I put a little thing down at the bottom. Sweet, down here. Reasons for ser and estar. Okay, so this that's our 10 minutes. We got to stop soon. Okay, so ser is what es is. That's a form of ser. Ser means to be. Es means is. Está means is. This is like all the different forms of it. So we're just going to focus on 3 and 3.
Yeah.
And 1, 3, 1, 3. Estar also means to be, and its form is está. So we see es and está. What's the difference? So we're going to get one difference between these two. First reason for using es is a noun. And so Rob es cocinero, because cocinero, a cook, is a noun. And so you use es whenever the thing you're talking about is a noun. So if you say Rob is a cook, Rob is a man, Rob is my husband, Rob is Jewish, Rob is American, Rob is anything that's a noun.
Yeah.
Anything that's a noun, and you're going to use es. Adjectives get a little bit more tricky, because you can see here there's adjectives, and over here are adjectives. We're only going to do one at a time. And the reason we say su mamá está pensionada is it's an adjective that is the result of an action. Okay, so when it is an adjective that, or when they are adjectives that are the result of an action, that uses está. And what the heck does that mean, the result of an action? Okay, so the result of an action, the action that she did was she retired.
Right.
And therefore she is retired. And you're going to see that most of these words end in ada or ado or ido or ida. Okay, so that ada is like the ed ending in English, and it's being used as an adjective, just like we can in English. Like retire is a verb, but retired is an adjective. Same thing in Spanish. Jubilar is a verb. Jubilada is an adjective, and it is the result of the action of her retiring. That's why she is retired. Está jubilada. Okay, that will take a long time to get used to. So what I suggest to people is just memorize it. Ella, don't memorize the whole phrase. Es cocinero, está jubilada. And eventually you'll start to feel when something should be es and when something should be está. Okay, so let me practice a little that for another minute, and then we're going to sign off. Okay, so ¿está usted jubilada?
No.
No, correcto, sí, muy bien. ¿Es usted diseñadora?
Yo soy diseñadora.
Ah, excelente, sí, muy bien. ¿Está Rob jubilado?
Rob no está jubilado.
Ah, muy bien. ¿Dónde trabaja Rob?
Rob trabajó en Juniors.
Ah, muy bien. Rob Trabaja.
Oh, yeah.
Trabaja en juniors. Correcto. Sí, muy bien. Trabaja su mamá.
Mi mamá trabaja. Oh, I almost said that in German. Mi mamá no trabaja.
Ah, excelente. Sí, muy bien. Sí, you're learning a new language, and it's like it's activating your German skills. I wanted to point out the negative. Mi mamá no trabaja means my mom doesn't work. Okay, so what does the word no mean?
Does not.
Yeah, sort of.
How
We
come
always
no doesn't go at the end?
say again.
How come no doesn't go at the end?
Oh, and that's a German thing. German
Oh.
puts it at the end. Spanish puts it right before the verb. Okay. Oh, and if later when we get to some pronouns, it'll put it before the verb unless there's a pronoun, and then the pronoun goes right in front of the verb.
Fun.
So that's something we'll learn later. We don't need to worry about that right now. So mi mamá no trabaja. You just put the no right in front of the verb, and the no actually just means not. Because remember, does is a helping verb.
Right.
And
There's
so
no helping verbs in Spanish.
right, you don't translate does. It does is part of trabaja. Does work is trabaja. And so the only word left is not. And so no, even though as English speakers, we often think it means doesn't or don't, but it doesn't. It really means not. Okay, because you'll use it in the past tense, the future tense. So it could mean did not, would not, will not, could not. Well, not could not, but so so it has it just no just means not. Okay, so mi mamá no trabaja. My mom not works is what we really say in Spanish. Okay.
Okay.
Yang. So I think we have enough information that we don't need anything new for tomorrow. So we will just process some stuff that we got, and we'll just keep on working on this.
All right.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Alrighty. So, and I will see you tomorrow, and you have a good night. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.